Hi. I just want to say that my PMDD symptoms have been reduced by about 40% this month. It has been gradually reduced since last 2 months. This month's the third month, gradually reduced. This month I see the most improvements in symptoms. Well, PMDD is actually genetically linked, but also a lot of us who have PMDD also suffered from deep trauma. And I know intuitively deep down that my problem has a lot to do with deep trauma because I am a sexual abuse survivor. And I suffered from multiple narcissistic abuse as well throughout my lifetime. And also I have unhealed PTSD. So a lot of it I know that is caused by trauma. So for the past 3 months, I have been working on myself, doing the inner work. Because, at one point I reached to the point that I really had no choice but to turn my life around. So I have been doing a lot of purging, emotional purging. My self-esteem have always been low since I was little. I won't go into why. Maybe I'll reserve this for another topic. But yeah, I've been working on self-esteem and codependency issues. I cannot afford a therapist, so I bought books and workbooks, and I listened to YouTube videos and read articles and listen to other people's experiences. They inspire me a lot. So that's what I've been doing. I take things slow. I don't just rush things through. I just take it slow each time a little bit, and really learning to respect myself and honor myself, that it's okay to be ill because I had been through so much. It doesn't matter what society judge us. It doesn't matter if they do not understand us. What matters is we know ourselves. Okay? We accept ourselves. We accept our illness, our flaws. That's the most important thing. And I've come to a point that I feel like I have been pushing myself away. Even when I have these symptoms, this PMDD, I would always blame myself. I would be so ashamed and guilty for having it. And I did not know why. But now I understand why. Because I live in a country that's very oppressed. I love my country. I'm not insulting it. But it's a fact that women are very oppressed here. God forbid you show your cleavage over here, okay? So, a lot of feminine issues that are not, they're viewed as dirty over here. Even masculine issue also. But this is about PMDD, so I would like to, address more about feminine issues. I grew up in a family that's, very rigid, and there's no expression of individualism or femininity. We do not talk about feelings. Feelings are taboo in our family. And there was no role models for me or for us to refer to become a fully grown and healthy woman. Okay? So it's very restrictive. And I've always felt these restrictions ever since I was little, that I could not express myself as a woman, as a girl, as a woman, even when I grow up. It's a very huge thing over here in my culture that women stay submissive. Women stay as the lower one. If you get what I mean, like we are the lesser beings. Even though things have changed quite a bit now, but it's still there. It takes time to clear out all these problems, right? But it's still very much ingrained in our subconscious and programming. Well, I'm not blaming anyone because everywhere we have our own problems, right? So it takes a while. So I know that it's a subconscious programming on my part, and also trauma. I've been working on that, really, really thinking the link between what I have to my family of origin, because we consist mainly of women and disempowered women, and also to my country, like what I mentioned just now. Apart from that, apart from the inner work, the exercises I do on codependency and self-esteem, I've also been doing a lot of spirituality work. I know this doesn't resonate with everyone, but I still would like to share it just in case any one of you would like to listen to it, and you can share experience as well with me regarding spirituality. Well, I think to me spirituality is just really growing up. Emotional maturity is really just that, as simple as that. It's not about like becoming a high priestess of being a god or something. It's not like that. So connecting to my higher self, a part of me that is all-knowing, that has the wisdom to understand things that I do not understand with my limited consciousness over here in the third-dimensional reality. So I've been doing a lot of connecting with my higher power, a lot of meditation. I do a lot of mantra every day, 1 hour every day. And I also did past life regression. And these past life regressions, like I said, I cannot afford therapists. I cannot afford a regression specialist. So I use YouTube videos. There are a lot of hypnosis videos out there on YouTube. I use one of them to have past life regression. And I've done about 6 or 7 of them. And they really help me see what things I've done in the past that was causing what I have this lifetime. So it helps me see on a bigger picture how things work out, how things turns out, from individual to individual, from life to life. So that helps me a lot in terms of perspective, putting things into perspective. I've also been doing a lot of affirmations, because I realized through the inner work exercises from codependency, I realized so much of my programming are not my own. Those voices that have been in my head for 38 years, they're not my own. They're not me. I haven't been living me. They were the voices of my mother, my family, my teachers, my friends, toxic people, people who judged me, people who bullied me, people who were downright cruel. I've met many narcissists in my life. I made a video about that. I want to make more videos about that. People who took away my power and made me believe I was lesser than them, that I was there for their service instead of being in my own power. So I've been doing a lot of releasing this kind of false beliefs and programmings by doing affirmations, because if I want to have new programming in my system, I have to wipe out the old programming, right? So I have to write down what my old belief system was, the old voices in my head, what I believe about myself. I had to write them all down in a book. And then when I feel okay, I'm done with releasing them, I affirm myself with new beliefs that makes me feel good. So I've been doing a lot of this work every day. Manifestation, affirmations, connecting to my higher powers, mantras, doing the inner work, raising my self-esteem. So I've also been doing exercises, just light exercises. I don't do heavy exercises. I get sun every morning. I try my best to. If I cannot, I do it in the evening. I go out for a walk in the evening. So I've been starting to go out more, even when I don't feel like it during PMDD. I make a promise to myself that I'll go out, because when I have PMDD during the week, I just prefer to isolate myself. But I promise that I will go out of the house and do something. It could be as simple as buy a cup of tea and, sitting in the car and just talk to myself. Yeah, something like that. And yeah, I do believe that has released a lot of load from my system. I feel a lot more lighter, a lot more empowered. I do believe PMDD at the very core is, apart from a genetic problem, is a sickness of disempowerment. The disempowerment of the feminine. This has to end. Okay, so yeah, this is my updates. Let's see how things goes. If this doesn't turn good, I'm okay with it, because not everything is smooth sailing. It's all a learning process about our own journey. And yeah, that's all for today. I hope I helped you with something over here. Okay? Stay safe, stay positive, stay happy. Thank you for listening. Bye.